will be using this mold to make pendant earrings. I adore hexagons and I'm really looking forward to what this mold can do. I'm going to prep my mold before I start my work. I'm going to be dabbing the surface of my mid-sized hexagon with this chameleon mirrored powder. I want to see the difference between this and that where it is not used and how it contrasts with the three colors I'm going to be using today. Lately, I've realized that earlier I was making a mistake in not wiping off the mouth of the bottle, which I absolutely should, to prevent the bottle mouth from getting messy and not to get it on my glove. Also, another thing to keep in mind is not to wipe the mouth with my gloved finger, which I have done before, but a separate wipe for each bottle, because otherwise I can end up with the bottle cap cured shut if I use the same wipe on both the mouths. Not to mention the resin getting transferred onto other surfaces which I might have touched and it starts curing in the most unexpected scenarios. Not fun. I'm able to work with this in the sunlight. It is not bright sunlight, it is shaded light right now. This is something I would not be able to do with UV resin. This is one of the reasons I like to work with this resin instead of UV, because I don't have to go to a dark place to do my work or sit in artificial light when the sun is up. The main reason though is time crunch, because I do not want to suddenly end up with cured resin halfway through the process before my workflow is complete. One challenge of working with these molds is everything that flies around just gets stuck on it even after washing. One important thing to keep in mind though, after washing the mold, it must be dried properly. Water and resin are not good friends. My resin is mixed, it's degassing. My mold is ready with chameleon powder in the mid-size hexagons. I'm going to be working with these three colors: red, this orange, and this yellow. It's golden, really. It has a bit of shimmer. This mold has a volume of 24 ml. Before the project started, I filled it with water to clean it, and then I poured the water into this container, the one in which I mix the resin right now, to get an idea of how much resin I need. Right now I have around 30 ml mixed here. I'm going to be using the extra resin to make one of these butterflies. The resin I'm going to pour into this hexagonal mold right away. I want a bit of color separation, and it will help if the viscosity of the resin is a little higher. I will wait a little while for the resin to get thicker, because controlling the flow of the resin in such a small mold will be difficult, and the viscosity should help the resin stay in its place as I pour in the three different colors. I'm using a paper wipe right now, but I think a wet wipe or alcohol wipe would definitely be better. I do not want to cross-contaminate the colors because the pigments are so rich and so very pretty. These are very spicy colors. I can definitely see turmeric, ginger, and chili powder right here. I'm trying to do this pigment fixing as fast as possible so that all of them get a time to air themselves and let the bubbles out. I think that is what is tricky with working with multiple colors, because don't have enough time to go through all of them. Need an extra pair of hands, because the timer started when I had mixed part A with part B. And maybe I can stir with both hands, but I don't think I have confidence in these containers remaining stable. I'm having to hold them. Even if I were to stir with both hands, let's say, looking at both the colors at the same time would be a challenge. I'll try that maybe someday. You must have noticed that I don't mix them all the way to the point they are uniform. I sort of like it like this, a little dirty, so it has more depth and it has more character. And I like the pigment and how it moves in the resin to express itself. If I make it completely uniform, then it doesn't have the same feel really. These colors are really sunny. They are bright, very dragon fiery. Oh, look at that. This is looking so good. I really enjoy mixing these pigments and resin because just looking at them and swirling the resin is so therapeutic. You can see in these containers how the pigments are moving towards the center already, so the resin is starting to do what it's meant to do. I'm already 8 minutes into this mixing these 3 types of resin, plus 5 minutes of stirring, 5 minutes of the sitting. So I'm already 20 minutes into the time I have to work with the resin. I just have another. On paper it says 20 minutes, but it really becomes viscous and it doesn't work so well. So let's say 15 minutes I have to complete my work. It's time to start pouring. So let's go. is already mixed. I was hoping there would be some space in the middle. I'll just drop the resin on it anyway and hope that it pushes the orange color out. There's still a little bit left, but I don't really want to mess up the composition. Maybe a little more of this red over here. Slowly. Maybe a little more orange in this, just to balance it out. The yellow has pushed the colors all the way to the edge. Okay, so that's that. I have a little bit of clear resin. I'm going to just pour it in and see what happens. Okay. I poured that a little asymmetrical to the hexagon. Well, that's okay. So let's just put this aside and heat gun this and hope the bubbles will pop. But the thing is, it's already been a while, and the heat gun works best, I think, a little earlier into the process. Let me pop out the bubbles. I've never been able to pop the bubbles actually, because the moment the pick comes in contact with the bubble just climbs onto the pick and just moves around with it, and when I pull out the pick, the bubble just slides back into the resin. I don't know why it does that, but I've chased a lot of bubbles on the surface, and sometimes I just give up hope that they'll just leave on their own. I'm going to use what's left of my clear resin and make a little more of the red color, because I'm out of it, and it will go nicely in this butterfly mold. These are really sunny colors. Ooh, here comes the sun. And the sun went away again. The sun is playing hide and seek behind the clouds today. This time it's not so dense. It's a little transparent. I like it. I think it'll do well. Butterfly wings are slightly transparent, aren't they? I hope this works well. So let's go. Shall I add a little more here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to equalize that. The butterfly is perfectly leveled, and I think my job is done here. I don't want to mess with it anymore. I'm just using up what's rest of my color. I'm still trying to figure out how this works exactly, so the experimenter in me wants to push the envelope, but yeah, I don't want to spoil what is already done. Something fell onto it. And we are done. So it's been a little while. I'm going to try and equalize this. This is fine, but this one a little asymmetrical and needs to be equalized. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll just leave it at that. I'm wondering if I should swirl this, that will remove this asymmetry, or maybe not. Okay, decision taken. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'll just deal with these bubbles and the edge. Dear bubbles, please stop appearing. You can see how the colors are sort of starting to gravitate towards the center. And since it's already doing its thing, I don't think I should mess it up. I'm going to leave it as it is. Let them cure, and we'll come back for the de-moulding.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you.
Oh, these have set beautifully. Look at how the colors are nice. So let's start with the smallest one. It looks fabulous. Oh, these will make awesome earrings. It is wonderful the way in which the colors are interacting with each other. The middle size, that's the little bit of chameleon powder which shows up on occasion against the light. It's nice and fiery. I'm just going to sand the sides off. One round of doming would do the trick. This also one. And the other one, they came out smoothly. And there's a little bit of extra powder which I think has floated up, which is giving this interesting thumbprint effect on certain sides. Because it was reversed, I think I didn't manage to. So this is like symmetrical, this is mirrored. This is almost the same. And here's the biggest one. Oh, nice. Nice. The last gold drips to the center of the large hexagon has worked out fine. Nice. Because I filled it almost to the surface, that concave effect is not there so much on these. They are almost ready to wear by themselves. These are, I don't know, what are these? Maybe some lint flew and got stuck to this? Really, completely unnecessary. I have to figure out what to do about them. It's so important to work in a dust-free environment. And that is a solitary bubble. I mean, come on, you came up all the way to the surface. You should have just popped out. So I'm going to try and fix them. But these are gorgeous. Look at them against the light. Wow, that's fabulous. I'm not going to really dome this. This is good as it is. There is the sides are flat and level. There is no convex climbing which happens, and the rings are perfect. This one, since it's a little convex, I am going to dome this. I'm going to leave the other side however as it is. This is again perfect. I don't want to mess with it. This one, this effect which I wanted, a gradual gradation, didn't turn out the way I wanted it. Maybe I should have used a brush instead of those little spongy blobs. But that is at the back. I'm not going to cover it up with an opaque pigment because that will impact the slight translucent nature of this piece. And it is only at certain angles that you can see this pigment, and that might actually add some interest. I'm going to be doming the other side and we'll be done. I'm going to move away from the sunlight. It'll get the doming job done more easily. I think I made a little mistake again. I need to make a custom stand for myself for when I'm doming, so that these resin earrings don't touch the bottom completely, because if it drips down, it spoils the look of the other surface also. And it has happened in a few projects of mine. I'm going to first get the sides here. Another challenge is that it is better to sand the surface before doming. For one, it helps to see which parts are domed versus the parts which are undomed because of the difference in the reflective surface, which shows up more easily. Also, there is a little better grip. In certain cases, I have added the doming to the whole surface, but when it cured, it just curled away from the edges, and then I had to work on it again to fix it. For this work, I really prefer to use my fingers, so which is why I have sort of put them on this sticky tape on this cardboard so that I can move it around without touching it. If you do not feel confident, please do wear gloves because you do not want to touch the uncured resin under any circumstance. I'm being very careful right now and making sure that I do not touch the resin at any point. Last time in one of my projects, the resin went right through the hole and it blocked it, and I had to open the hole, and because of that I had to dome it again, and because I had domed one side, then the other side had to be domed, and it was a whole production and completely unnecessary if I had just taken the right precaution and had not blocked the hole. I'm extra careful this time. I'm not going to end up with a blocked earring hole again. I'm going to cure this and be back for round 2 for doming the other side. After curing, the surface was rippled and uneven. Maybe it was the heat gun, or maybe it was because I took too much time between pouring the resin and working on it, so I'm sanding it off to dome it again. Sorry I could not record it. There was a technical difficulty. The difficulty being I forgot to click on the record button. It happens sometimes. I could dome over it without sanding, but every added would add to the thickness and spoil the aesthetic appeal of the hexagon, so I'm just going to sand it off for now. I want to undo the abrupt ending of this chameleon powder effect. So I will add another layer of red UV resin in combination with clear resin. That should give it a sketchy look. Let's hope it works. Let's start with the smallest. You've got these two babies. Oh, they look awesome. So this is the front and there's one side. Okay, I think I'm going to keep this as the front. This looks great. I'm just going to put them using these. I want this to be the front, so here it goes. And I can almost tighten it with my fingers. Okay, that's it. I find these to be much easier than the circular connectors, which just are so wonky, and it's going nicely with this. I think this is done. Let's put the... It's very slippery. Today is cold. My fingers are a little jammed. So this is complete. I think it's come out well. It's the middle one's turn. Let's put it together. This sort of dangles on the side. The person who wears can choose to put this side or this side on the front. Personally, I like this better. This also has its own feel. So this is like this, so the other one should be like that. This is done. Let us put together the largest hexagons now. I tested it, and this really doesn't work with the earring of this size, because this portion is too wide and it hits the face and it sort of gets a little lopsided. So it needs a dangler system so that it can move around more freely. So I'm going to change this. Ta-da! So, yeah, this should work.
Step 1, wake up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step
Nice, the surface is nice, not too much concavity, and let's demold. Okay. La la. Oh,
Cute. Those two blobs which I had put in there have sunk well, and all in all, it's nice. And to this surface, actually, when on this flat surface, I really don't feel like making it I like this matte finish. On this side, because it's a butterfly, I think that little bit of dimension is also there, but still, to finish it, I am going to add that little one layer, and it's come out nice. Look at how it works with the light behind it. Very good. Good job, butterfly.
This jump ring is a tight fit. Even if I tighten it, it might erode the sides later. So I'm going to change it for a triangular jump ring. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a wonderful day.